Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do. Hello, peeps. It's been a minute, hasn't it? We are back with some Danganronpa. It has. Hold on, let me check. Let me check how long it's been. It's been a while. I know that. It's been a month. It's been a month since we last played. It's not my fault. I've been busy with other stuff, personal things. It's an effort to get up earlier to do stuff like this, and you know, I had Inkyokki planned, but I had to hold back this time. I was like, no, I gotta stream Danganronpa, otherwise I'm not gonna hear the end of it. Because people are saying, just hurry up and finish it so we can watch you play Virtue's Last Reward. It's like, god damn it. Ash, welcome in. So, last time, we found out our lovely Sakura was the spy, the little traitor. But she didn't want to do it anymore. And she's trying to protect her family, and everyone was like, nah, screw her, pretty much. And then we found her dead. So she's been murdered. So let us go and investigate and find how our precious Sakura died. I love Sakura. She's one of my favorite characters. Alright. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. But Byakuya!
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. This looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, do you recognize it, Hina?
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her.
That's a candy wrapper? Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. Jesus Christ, it's been ages since I've done these voices. Almost forgotten them. Yes, playing Danganronpa, woohoo. Hello, Jevil, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. So, you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
I mean,
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. You know what it looks like from here? It kind of looks like a bunch of pills. There were shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red and there are top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
so...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. She mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of elements.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me. Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. Must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
That's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must have been parts of the window I broke to get inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. What does that matter? Can't say for sure yet, but you're probably gonna want to take a note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. This glass was so important. Very important detail. There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. Must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle is some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? Investigation you're doing right now? Yep, doing the investigation. You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You'd never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle's sitting on the shelf. Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Shards of glass which probably shattered around the bottle. Which means Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle is the weapon. Huh? The locker is open and the inside. It's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left the handprint and all the
That's
dust.
true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? During all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why
Hey.
not? Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? This door is the only way to get out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that mountings have been tampered with. The only not able change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself.
However...
Can't wait to play Danganronpa 2 because the mechanic in that game is improved. Yeah, it is pretty good. There's one mini game in Danganronpa 2 that I very much dislike, but I will discuss it more when we get to that game. Yubi! Welcome in, hope you're doing well. Certain aspect of it. It's a better game for sure, but there's one mini game in Danganronpa 2 that I very much disliked. Sakura had been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So, how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise,
Certainly.
right? Certainly, they wouldn't have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What the heck?
You already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. Had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me that she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it from Sakura herself. I tried to stop her. She wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. This is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this would never have happened. You know. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those 3 to meet with her, and she asked them to come at the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly. No, I didn't want to, you know. Excuse me, Byakuya, I have a question for you.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. That is true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what that said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to the shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact.
Come on.
You're all finished. Please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Yeah, Byakuya is not the type to lie often. I think from this game, I think he's only lied maybe once or twice. I haven't he's not really the type to lie. Is what I'm kind of saying. Oh, you want more? The chair was shoved against the door, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. Just the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the lock room from the inside, not from the outside.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't
listen
leave.
to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue, but she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Oh, I have to properly leave. Because they're like, Alright. 2 other people probably went back to their rooms. I forgot how to run. Oh. Let's see. Toko was... No, that's Sakura. Ah. I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds. Sakura 1 is like the closing argument, but somehow I always get confused because of those
Who's
images
there?
looks a little identical. Glad in the future games they improved it. Yeah. Huh? Who's there? Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total
Ow.
decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said Stu, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was so scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Tucker claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Tucker quickly retreated into her room. Alright, one more. Let's see here. Who had the last room? Oh, Hifumi, rest. Uh-huh. Rip. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds,
you know?
What's up, Makoto? Do you need something? I can't get a proper voice for this guy. It's kind of strange Shoka has so many names for the personality. Genocide Jack, sometimes Jill, and also Genocide Show. I'm actually meaning Jack, then Show or Jill. So Genocide Show is more for Japan. That's more of the Japanese name. Most commonly it is pronounced Genocide Jack, but because Choco is a girl, she thought, I'm going to call myself Genocide Jill. So it doesn't really matter which way you call it, it's still the same thing. I say Genocide Jack because that's how I've known it, so... but yeah, Genocide Show is more the Japanese version. Yeah, actually, I just want to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How do you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have you special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one who she wanted to meet with. Urga told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
Not at all
No
wrong.
way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
Show was used in the Danganronpa, the animation. Yes, it was used in the anime as well. But I do believe it is said in the Japanese version as well. If not, definitely Genocide Jack is. So yeah, it doesn't really matter which way you say it. It's the same thing. Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I threw her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. Well, I'm here. Could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come
Sorry,
on.
looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pocket. When he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, it's the trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that. Ogre asked me to meet with me, but I never went. So if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. So I've heard Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the crime scene again. But on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. Where should I start? Let's do the chem lab. Which was on the 4th floor, wasn't it? Yep. Every time I think of Ogre, I think of Shrek when I play this game. That was a strange nickname for Hagagure.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, he called her Ogre because of how big and scary and angry she was. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Fuck you! You prick! This is my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Probably take a closer look at it. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now. Go, Shorty, go! Mrs., welcome in. Hope you're doing well. What's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out. At that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
In other words,
That's right, it could only have been around the time of the incident. That really is when it happened. It must be related to the case somehow. Interesting, Byakuya. Those are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, you mean me. How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. Fuck's sake. Byakuya is such a dick. So I got to work, and before long, I drew up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me?
See.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business with the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, then left. That's what the footprints tell me. But thanks, Captain Obvious.
See.
These footprints must be...
Certainly.
Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. He's just like, they're your feet, I'm taking your shoes. Danganronpa 1 is so fun, I learned a lot from playing the game and never learned from watching others play. It's a great game, but the second one is definitely my favorite. I see, your feet do not appear to be too big. Fortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately, with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are really a valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor on the shelf. Also, that broken bottle looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the position of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. So I can tell for now. Let's see, what's on the shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit is section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? So on this shelf is... Looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're... reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must be truly bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? Do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? No!
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers in this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. This shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try and find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. What concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I'll take another look around the rec room. Okay. Hey, Byakuya, I'm leaving. Hey, so Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me. I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. It's all to convenience. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do want to look them over one more time. Wait, what'd she say? I didn't even listen. According to Kyoko, there's still something to just be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just starting off into space isn't going to help you figure out anything else. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might actually need to examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil to the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown
purposely used to.
Although there's still some times, I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
True.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So,
Imagine because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind. More importantly, look here. Her
Correct.
shoes. You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that is incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow. Instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? There's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on
It's
either
true.
one. So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I can't believe how she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Bottles. I think Kyoko said she found a clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find out. Correlation. Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Your answer? I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but remember, Makoto's a dumbass! Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, do you? An experiment?
Anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine, and that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, trying to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then,
Is everything ready? Let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we
in
doing?
other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? A piece of glass you collected in one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense once we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's
In other
balanced,
words-
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figure inside are basically the same. Nothing else could really affect
So
the weight.
then-
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and
So
there.
then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. This family franchise that'll go on forever. Cheesecake, welcome in. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How's that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words...
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together. I believe you arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine's upside down. Did someone put it back on way on the accident? If someone catches your eye, it's important for you to explore it in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is on one of the pages near the center of the magazine. How word had been written in the bloody letters. We're getting closer to the FNAF filming date. 5 days remaining. Yeah. Well, I don't think they said they're going to start on February 1st. I heard it will actually be between February 6th and February 9th. That's what I heard. So, but yeah, sometime next week. I said Toko. Could this be a dying message? Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It's indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. I was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that That says Talco, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you'd think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious.
Oh god damn it.
What's up?
My mum just found photos of my first day of prep from 15 years ago. Oh god
You
damn it.
caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring.
You
I
look
couldn't stay
so
awake.
cute. Oh my goodness, look at you. Oh, look at your little hat.
I don't even remember wearing that. I think I lost that thing actually.
Little 5-year-old dragon.
Fuck off.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial.
Don't worry, I
You
saw a
know where to
photo
meet, right?
of me when I was like 12 going into high school, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the
Yeah,
school.
my mum's got a photo of me for every year at school.
Yeah, my mom tried to do that, but
My mum's got a picture of all us. All of
is there any time? But the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, whatever happens, I have to make something happen. Yay, class trial time. Wow. When Conan made his announcement, everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery. What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy. How about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? He's right, that does make it seem sad. Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. February 1st, April at 6? Okay. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. That person is here. That person is one of us. Unfortunately. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. With each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. So excited for the movie, 10 out of 10 anticipated movie. Yeah, when you're someone that's been like, when you've been with the series since the day they announced they're making a movie in like early 2015, because I've been with the series since the very start. I joined the FNAF community, I think, 2 to 3 weeks after the game came out. And I've been with the series ever since. I've never left it. So yeah. And it felt begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clocking sounds. It fell lower and lower. And suddenly, as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so cute. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault. We're all that's left.
I wonder, will the class row end with one less classmate?
Will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then, are you ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats.
I wonder who the composer will be for the FNAF movie. Imagine Lynn Tombstone in FNAF movie. That would be amazing. I would love that, but yeah, I guess we'll see who will make the music. And so the curtain opened for the fourth time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly portrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Right. I literally don't have any skills, so...
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Okay.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Good luck on this chapter, Peggle. Thanks! This is one of the shorter ones. So...
Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Yep, apparently. But yeah, this is one of the shorter ones. I think I checked at the end of last stream just to like check, see, oh, how long does this class trial go for? And it is exactly it is under 2 hours. So thank God.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura was one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone, no way!
Double murder are the longest ones, I believe, so... it depends. Sometimes it does take a while, sometimes it doesn't. It always depends. The longest ones are normally the last class trials. I know the last one in the third game is like 3.5 hours, which is the longest. So...
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Yeah, we know, it's fucking that.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those 3 specifically. I'm sure she's mentioned it before.
It was one of you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's
I missed.
low.
How do I
That's
slow
about
down
as
again?
Low as you can get.
Sorry, I just need to know how to okay, that works. Okay, I'll do that again, sorry. I think it was that one, let me just check.
It was one of
Yeah.
you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only...
No, it's wrong.
There we go.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it?
wanted to meet with all three of them? There's no way that's not suspicious! One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying.
There's a clear contradiction in something one of them had said just now. If they didn't go see Sakura, then how can they explain it?
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them. There's no way that's not one of you is absolutely.
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same.
No, it's wrong.
Unfortunately, Hiro is can you explain this pocket
Hiro.
trash?
When we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
What Hiro said can't be right. Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The only reason I know that is, when Sakura got that candy.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy until after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was... Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. Got a problem with that?
Quite a sudden hostility.
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious. It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining
At
message
the
even
scene
be?
of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. When Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message, and it was... on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Hold on.
When I pulled it out,
Missed
I
it.
saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found that when Ogre's body was.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine
That's what I
shelf.
meant to do. Lol.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found that when Ogre's body was discovered.
Bitch, please.
No, that's wrong. When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Fuck me, I'm gonna do this.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give
Actually,
it
wait,
a
how do
rest.
I reload again? Reload is why.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Conspiracy.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die in a minute. Where's the fever button?
The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you.
Bitch, please.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Oh, that was a bit scary.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
That one was a bit scary. I almost died.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her
I think that's the only
hands
time
were
I have to do it.
completely free of blood.
What?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because
Can I say Hagagura has one of the useful talents? Somehow he get it wrong in the future most of the time. Good talent if he tried. Yeah, he has a good talent. The problem is he's only 30% right half the time. He's only 30% accurate, so...
Because I killed her!
Because, he's a freaking 21-year-old. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
That's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm gonna end it today. I'm gonna end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. You're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make any sense? What would he have to do after writing the message? Doesn't make sense. Why the magazine was hidden.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been written? There's only one choice.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Dun, dun, dun.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
Hero hit Sakura, that's for sure, but this doesn't end there. There's something that proves the wounds on her head.
I didn't want to, but I did it.
I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from behind, you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
No? Oh god. Not that?
I didn't want to, but I did it.
Oh, it's a different
Grab
thing.
the Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby.
And I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from behind, you only hit her.
Just once.
No, that's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Two?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
This girl examines dead bodies as a hobby.
But
Ah!
I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. Connection must be. It's the object the Monokuma figure inside each is holding. The chess piece, I think, yeah. How do you spell chess? S, another S. Then we got P, I, E, C, E. There we go.
Now I understand. That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook,
The queen's missing.
bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that went missing is broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
The queen is missing! Oh, Heathy! Welcome in, Heathy! How are you? That was a terrible timing, oh my goodness. That didn't age well.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Yeah, we did figure it out. Wah, ba ba ba. That one.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the
I'm
weight
alive.
of
I'm
the
taking a
broken
sitting
bottle
break. How are
pieces
you,
at the
lovely
scene
Peggle?
to one of the
I'm
unbroken
doing
bottle.
well. I'm a little sleepy, but other than that, I'm good.
And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is
Finally playing some Danganronpa.
there was
It's been a
actually
month.
more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime.
Life may be a mess, but just remember, you have games and alcohol at home.
Dragon, calm down.
But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside.
Owie.
But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many
It is early. I
pieces,
hope weakness comes too soon. Yeah!
which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. Yes, hello, Dragon. It must have been used by...
I got it!
I will hit
The
you.
bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time
What is
Sakura was
what is
attacked.
Some bowling Africanos. I don't know, you clicked on it too soon.
No, I don't think it said that.
The
Sure?
second wound on Sakura's head came
Yes.
from that second bottle.
Oh, actually, never mind. You were right. Never mind. You are right. I did say that.
Thought so.
Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like
Petey
there
said
was
hi.
only one attack, so they had to get rid of their
Hi.
evidence.
Hello.
No. So what I do is I do the story up till the murder, then I leave it there. Next stream I do the investigation in the class trial.
Oh, okay, that makes more
It's
sense.
been a month since I've played this dragon. So I've left this on a cliffhanger for a month. Yeah, Heathy's on Team Dark as well.
Hell yes.
I don't know. I might go on white, but I like milk more, so I'm struggling.
When is it? Release?
Something like that. I think it's like the 12th. No, it starts on the 11th for us, I believe. At 10 o'clock in the morning.
I'm sorry, Peggle, but I will not be playing the Flight Fest with you this time.
Why not?
Because Hogwarts Legacy comes out on the 10th of February, and I'll be getting it 3 days early. I'm sorry, Peggle.
Just a little bit?
I'm sorry.
Just a little bit.
I'm so sorry.
Just an hour.
I'm so sorry.
Just an hour.
No.
Please.
Nah.
Just an hour.
I'm sorry.
I will beg on my knees.
I will be playing Hogwarts Legacy. I will be murdering 13-year-olds.
No, please, just 1
I
hour.
will be butchering students left and right using a Vada Kedavra.
Please.
I am sorry, but I'll be committing war crimes. I'll be making the Geneva Convention seem like a suggestion.
I know, right?
The ultimate betrayal. I will be committing war crimes in Hogwarts Legacy.
I wish you didn't buy the deluxe version now.
That would have been even worse for you then, because it means it would have come out on the 10th.
Can't even do an hour worth of it.
No, I'll be playing Hogwarts Legacy.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hero who delivered that second blow.
Nope. I'm not talking to you now. Nope.
Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
No, not everyone.
And like 1 or 2 people.
I know a lot more people that have chosen white than dark. Amber and Heathie are the only two that I know that have chosen dark. Everyone else that I know is choosing white.
Bitching about it so
Because they're betraying me! Dark chocolate sucks!
Dark chocolate is amazing.
It's too sour!
Sour?
Too bitter!
Wow.
You've seen how I react with dark chocolate, Dragon?
Wow.
Wait, I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but
What?
there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Where are you little, characters?
Shut up. Until 2
They
seconds
don't.
ago,
I don't switch them to you two, remember?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind
There's
of
nothing
guy
on the
I
side,
am.
that's pretty much what you got.
Plus,
And I can see everyone's
just
profile
remembered something that
pictures.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just because you have to use Streamlabs because OBS broke up with you.
So dumb.
Okay.
Why did it break?
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever.
What are you doing? I know you're not working today, but you know, you could be nice. You could make us some breakfast like I always do for you on your stream. You know, I'm hungry.
I usually ask you to get me something to eat.
I was
if
waiting
you're
there,
going out to get
and
yourself.
that's when I saw
I'm
her.
not even planning on eating.
I saw
Hungry.
Toko go into the
I'm
rec room.
hungry. I'm dragging.
I remember I said that to Doc. I was like, man, I'm hungry. And he said his real name by accident on stream. It was so funny. It was just like, I already knew it, but I just found that hilarious because he was dead silent after that. And I was just like, oh, you brought that upon yourself.
It's like, you fucked yourself over. I had nothing to do with that.
Pretty soon.
It's like, I did nothing to cause that. You did that. Dark chocolate is too dry to me unless you consider chocolate chip dark chocolate. I can never tell. I love fondue. Oh yeah, I said for the Splatfest we should make fudges. Because you know, you're amazing at making fudge and we haven't had any in a while. It's been years.
If I will, like I told you, if you want me to make you fudge,
Go get the ingredients.
get the ingredients.
We should let's make a dark
It
chocolate.
only takes 2.
I know. Let's make
It
let's
only has
let's
2 ingredients.
let's make a dark chocolate version for you. And let's make whatever one I choose for me.
Or you could, like, not and just got usual one.
But it'd be more fun! This is a Valentine's themed! The 14th of February. It's always that. And I know this because it's on my dog's birthday who's dead!
Oh, you mean the one that's currently buried in the backyard?
Yes, the one that's buried in the backyard. You want me to make all 3 Heathies?
Oh, okay. So we got
That's-
white, dark, and milk.
That's I've never tried white fudge. Maybe we should try that. We should try white fudge.
Well,
I assumed
you know what's
Toko
funny
was
about
still in
that,
there,
actually?
So I figured everything would be okay.
It's going to
That's
play
why I headed in.
so well with the,
Oh yeah, people were talking about the Splatfest, and they were like, wait, if we've got all those colours,
What color's the ink gonna be? It would be really dark brown, creepy brown, and probably white or.
it should be.
When I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
I should be playing this.
Dark chocolate's black.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come.
It's wide, but I don't think they would. I don't think they'd really do that, would they? I'm trying to think, would they make it a different shade? Just a different shade of white? I don't know. Anything.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous.
Chocolate and brownies are my favorite dark chocolate. I think vanilla wafer consider white chocolate. Oh, they technically counts. Little brownies.
Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
First, defense against the Dark Arts lesson of Hogwarts Legacy, and then defense of your full stages of Hogwarts.
Okay.
I am a daring judge of my fellow students.
Alright, I need to finish this game. You show proof that Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. Yeah, Toko's the dumbass. New element has been added to the truth bullets. Yes. You've probably been pressing the X button during your final strike without a second thought. Oh, we gotta do another one. From now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your comp day. You'll select it the same way as during Bade. Press the L button. If you want to switch kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless just this once. What a dick! I sent a picture of my cheering fans for while you stream Danganronpa. Oh, let me see this. Also, it is purple, slight red it seems, and white color scheme. Is that what the color actually is going to be? Cool. What is this? Oh, you absolute sweetheart! That's so cute! Those are so cute! I actually didn't think about... We've all been thinking about the actual chocolate. We haven't been thinking about the ink. But yeah, you're right, actually. Dark. It's purple. Orange, more so. And, yeah, white. Or grey. It kind of looks like a grey, even. No, I found that hilarious that red/orange has been in the Splatfest like 3 times in a row. That's hilarious. Anyway. I'm probably gonna lose. You're about halfway through the game. Now go you! All that good luck and have fun. We're halfway through the game, guys! Let's get some cheers in the chat! Fucking hate this.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No,
How do I reload? There we go.
That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you.
Shit.
It's a lie. That's enough.
Oh, I hate you.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you.
Huh?
That's enough.
Bitch! That one!
Prove it.
I panic very hardly when the, I panic very much with that bit. When you have multiple and at that moment you're like, ah! Because, like, big brain. This mini game, I like pro at it. What do you call me buffhead for? Do darks. Yeah, oh, yeah, both. Are you gonna put it in the wash? Yeah, dark. Are you gonna put it in the wash? Okay. I was gonna do it after stream, but okay. So when you do put it in the blacks, there'll be a black bottle with a red lid on it, and it's only for blacks, so you can get a nice pretty smell. That is life. Anyway, it's coming candy. I'm terrible.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does his handprint look familiar, Toko?
It doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Of course she did. She'll say anything to her master. 'Cause she's fucking obsessed.
Then you killed Sakura!
So actually, Jevils actually said the actual ink colors. But anyway, we've been thinking about the chocolate. We haven't been thinking of the actual colors. The actual colors is going to be purple, orange, and white. Thank you, dragon. I like dark chocolate, but taste can get really tiring. Milk chocolate I like, and white chocolate I can have a sugar rush and eat all day. I can't stand dark chocolate. Like I can't. It a horrible taste in my mouth. I can't stand it. White I can eat for a bit, but not all the time. But milk I like the most, which is why I should choose milk. But I'll be lonely.
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
Probably did kill her.
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean, probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on.
Oh yes, Heathy, I very much dislike bitter flavors. I hate sour things. Just hate bitter and sour things. Horrible taste in my mouth. I react very easily the minute it hits my tongue.
So I figured I'd just sneak in first.
Shut up.
Hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
I stood to see either milk or white chocolate for me.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around...
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, dark chocolate isn't very sweet. Nope, I'm a sweet girl. I like my sweeties. That is terrifying, BT
There
dubs.
was Sakura, covered in blood, and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean...
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping
Yours.
peacefully when someone shook me awake.
Oh, right, this is the one that I got from your phone.
Yes.
Was it a Prince I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible. No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
Can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me.
You're so cute.
Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
That's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's gonna.
That's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is. Oh, ba ba bum! Bow, 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 pew, 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 pew.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. And you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
So if the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die? It was.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you
I like
smashed
sweet
her head
flavor.
in
White
with the
chocolate is considered
Monokuma
very
bottle?
sweet. Milk is more like creamy
good.
taste. It's yummy.
And where did the
I wish they had
place?
caramel in it, because caramel is my favorite chocolate, so I was mad when that wasn't in
Killed her
there.
there in front of the shelf.
No, it's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
Turn it down a little bit.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves it was attacked from the magazine shelf. Because there was blood in front of it.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
Caramel is chocolate. I thought caramel was just a sauce to put on chocolate. I always thought that. Yeah.
There's no way I can move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Oh, so she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because,
I got it!
thought for myself.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it's...
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
There's one place I might find a clue. It would have to be written in there.
What was it that killed Ogre?
If it wasn't from Genocide, what was it?
There's no other that killed Sakura. I can't think of...
No, it's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean... Maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poison?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can... explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements. I'm positive.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I remember this. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most neutral thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Oh, sure. Do whatever you like.
Tucker took the bottle from Byakuya and scrapped out bits of the consonants with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that, conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Oh my god! It only makes one sense. The protein drink. I can't spell pro. T, I think. I. N. And then drink. I. Good night. I did it.
Understand? The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of
Was that an
this
attempt
container
at
were switched.
Ifumi's voice, it seems? I don't know.
So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
It seems we have come to a conclusion.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. Protein
I
drink.
got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of
Slipping away
poison.
from our friend to work again. Have fun and expose the truth. No worries, Hebe. Thank you for coming in. Hope you have a good day.
I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them. It has to be. Must be what we found in front of the shelf.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that
Too
point.
sweet.
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
That ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
One moment. Sneakers, huh? Be wearing sneakers.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Those footprints must be Makoto. Are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and confirm the size myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt.
Can't believe the Makoto this action of putting on Kill Heart's basic. Paul, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Yes, it's a miracle. I'm not putting it off anymore. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Saturdays have been not good times to stream Danganronpa lately, so...
She asked me to bring her that protein drink.
Either I wasn't feeling well, or I had stuff to do. So, that's why.
But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poison mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them.
I'm doing amazing. Fire Emblem Engage has been incredible, and it looks like my friend Allison will probably join me for my birthday outing. Yay! Have you almost finished the game, Paul?
Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
I think I'm near the end. It certainly has endgame vibes to it. I mean, it can be tough if you don't grind.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
If that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
Persona 4 Gold and Persona 3 Portable is now available to get now, but knowing you should take a break from Persona, still playing a long game after 5 might feel tiring for you. Please. This is what we're talking about. Who's tried
You're being awfully pushy.
who's tried GoldenEye yet?
It's the same thing no matter how many times you
Hello,
hear
Dragon.
it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Alright, how's my hearts doing? You're right, I'm taking a break from Persona Java because of Fire will engage. Alright, we're
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder.
GoldenEye doesn't really excite me because it's a shooter, but I'm glad
Then I took the bottle with the poison
come on the Switch.
and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
To come down the footprints and what direction they were facing, there's facts clearly contradict what Hina just told us.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison, and you spilled some of the... Yeah. Okay, and I moved from Section C to Section A.
Nope, that's not what I want to do.
That's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them...
Oops. I was trying to slow it down. I pressed the wrong button.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate?
First, I went to Section... That's when I grabbed the poison, and you spilled some of the... Yeah. Okay, and I moved from...
That's so true
I know, but I was playing Hive. Just getting it took immediately after the develop.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah. What about it?
Never a thing. Professor McGonagall found out Harry
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein.
herself. And I keep a very close eye on him, you know what?
But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A.
Troublemaker. All through his story. So instead of being like, oh, supportive of Harry Potter,
That contradicts what you
everybody
just
found
said.
Harry Potter, it would be, oh shit, the troublemaker had a kid. Which is what I feel like's gonna happen with my kid. Like, oh god.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left the footprint.
What the? Tina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came
Wait,
in.
was
and
Jim
you went
reading
straight
Cursed
to Section
Child?
A.
No.
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
It was watching a video.
you see,
Jimmy Cricket. Oh yeah, Paul's still calling you Jim, by the way. Because of Stanley.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Jimmy boy!
What the?
Cursed Child is a Harry Potter book, I believe. I think.
Oh, no. But I am planning on playing Hogwarts Legacy on stream soon, when it comes out.
Hey Pato, welcome in.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Okay.
My favorite quote from Byakuya. This case fucked him over so bad. He thought he knew he had it, and then it was like, and he's just like, what? That's why I love this case so much, because it dicks him over so bad, and he hates it. He hates being wrong. So his voice acting gets so angry. He gets
And the
angry.
footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
He's asking how do you get Hogwarts Legacy several months early, Jim. So apparently, another consoles, the game's not going to release till June.
Really?
Yeah. I explained how the game was coming out at the end of January and how you managed to get it 3 days early, and even then he's like, well, it shouldn't even be out by then. It should be coming out in a couple months.
On the 7th of February.
I think, yeah, 7th of February. I think it's
However, most
When's it
people
coming
are
out?
getting it on
10th of February is supposed. It says that's when it's supposed to come out on the PlayStation 5. Maybe it's coming out on other consoles different times. Don't know. Hey,
Hold up, I'll check Steam.
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible.
Yeah,
There can't
Hogwarts
be.
Legacy comes out on the 11th.
that's on Steam.
Yeah.
So where are you reading, Paul? That's coming out in June. Wait, what console?
It says right here, Hogwarts Legacy. Release date, 11th of February 2023.
That's on Steam, which is the PC. And then it says coming out on the technically the 11th.
It
Then
would still be the 11th.
It's still. I don't.
Is it out on Switch?
I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't think it's out on Switch. I think it's only out on Steam and PlayStation. I don't think it's on the Xbox. I think. Don't know.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Say it already. What is it you think you found?
I'm going off of what Gamefly said for the Switch version. Ah, okay. So he's going off by what Gamefly said for when it comes out on the Switch. So it must be coming out later for the Switch, but it's coming out early for Steam and PlayStation. Yeah, normal. You know. Yeah, gonna try to port the game on the Switch.
I found this.
piece of
It had
glass?
sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Look at him panicking! It is beautiful.
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Shut up, light blue glass, Kyoko found the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something that's the same shade of blue.
I got it!
Dun dun
It's
dun.
part of the window from the
Just
Rec Room
checked
door,
Gamefly's
right?
listing for other consoles, and apparently Jim does get it early. Yes, which I understand why. It's because, you know, it's a Switch. So,
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us. Section A, I believe. Yeah.
the bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
I wonder why they didn't make Kyoko the protagonist of this game. She basically solves most of the cases by herself. I know, right?
And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
But no, we must have some shitty pubescent teenage boy with Bryce Papanook's voice to be the protagonist.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
Even when Mikoto figures out something out, Kyogo's like, yeah, way ahead of you, buddy. Yeah, she figures everything out. I don't know when, but I think by the time she found that glass and that in that poison, I think that's when she knew, like, oh, I actually know what happened. So, that's what I think anyway. I think by then she's like, oh wait, yeah, I know who did it.
That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Now my back's itchy. I can't reach it. Thank you. Doesn't it amaze you that Kyoko's voice actress also played Kaede in Killing Harmony and Tamaki in Persona 5? Yeah, voice actors are amazing.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? That can wasn't there when she died. How did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
He's so angry! I love this case. This is why, I said this is why case trial 4 is my favorite case. Because of this.
How can you know what I don't know?
Yeah, because I'm a spoiled
bitch, and I'm part of the Togami family. That means I should know, and you should all bow down before me. Is literally Byakuya. The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was open. I can't remember who voices Byakuya, but good job in this case. Very good to make Byakuya panic. Look at Monokuma in the back, he's just like...
That protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
He's so angry. If I concentrate on that.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked.
It absolutely...
So you're sick. Someone plant? No.
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
No, that's wrong.
Byakuya's voice actor is Jason, who also played Monodam in Killing Harmony, aka the robotic cute cub.
You remember
Yeah.
how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Yeah, Jason's voice acting for Byakuya in this case I thought was really good. I remember when I first played this, and I remember when I actually, well, really more when I watched it, because I watched the anime first, and I can't remember. Well, obviously, it wasn't Jason; it was someone else. When I saw how Byakuya was reacting in this case, I was just like, oh no, uh-oh, spaghetti-o. And then when I played this game on my own and saw Jason's voice in this, I was just like, oh damn! So, good job.
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
Look at him! Look at him! Look at that face. Hey, Dragon. Look at this face. This face of panic.
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
The only person who voiced in both the game and anime for Trigger Happy Havoc was Bryce Papenbrook, but the sound I liked in the anime was still amazing. Oh yeah, I actually think I might re-watch the anime just so I can hear the voice difference, because I watched the anime first and the game, I actually didn't notice it until you actually pointed it out, that they were actually different voice actors, which, for one, I found odd. But I think I might re-watch the anime again, and just so I can hear the voice difference. Don't love the animation, I love the voice acting, I play the game, so which I thought sounded weird, but that didn't, but because I watched the anime, which I like. Yeah, when I watched the anime first and then played the game, I actually didn't really notice a difference, so the voice acting did really well.
So it had to be after we got into the room.
Look at him!
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
Yeah, the game did come first, anime voiceovers were yeah, the anime, the game did come first, anime came after. But I didn't know that the Danganronpa was games. I thought it was an anime, and I actually found out from Chase, actually, they said, no, actually, Danganronpa is based off games. And I was like, games? And, because I was asking Chase, I said, oh, I can't find, Danganronpa 2. I can only find the first one and then a third animation. And then Chase actually said, yeah, they're actually based off games. Just go look up Goodbye Despair and there's the games. And I was like, okay!
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Danganronpa the animation's on Hulu. We don't have Hulu here. That's an American thing. We watched it. I watched Danganronpa on Funimation, I believe.
That's all true, then
Before it shut
why did
down.
Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? Can we put that on loop? Did you just say please?
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
Okay, this is weird. I just fast-checked and a localization version of Trigger Happy Havoc came after the anime, but the Japanese version of the game came before both. Huh. That's strange. So, would that mean that the voice actors in the anime were kind of like the original quote-unquote? Danganronpa 3 anime, I like it. I haven't finished it. I'm kind of going by... I was meaning to go timeline-based, but I just went screw it and just played the third game, as I was told that the Danganronpa 3 animation isn't entirely important. Like, it's not that important. But I finished the first half of the third anime, I just gotta finish the next half.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room, it had to have been...
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Chuck already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. I don't want to do this again because I almost lost the last ones, but... Oh, God.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying?
Oh, okay, this totally makes sense now! I understand how to do this now!
I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar!
Ah, they aim when you hit A! I was wondering why they weren't doing it last time!
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
I feel so dumb now, right? The other two times I was like, why aren't I shooting it? You have to press A to aim for those words,
Did you know
then press
that
X to shoot
Sakura's
them and
foot
then
had a
reload.
certain yellow
Fuck, I
powder
feel
stuck to
stupid.
it?
I played this last year! I didn't... Jeez, I feel dumbass now.
Did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab.
I think that's the last one we fight against, I think. I don't think we do Byakuya.
That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After
In a
all,
couple of weeks,
that's
we'll get a
all that
Nintendo
section
Direct
contained.
announcement. Yeah, maybe in like a week or two, hopefully. But Nintendo is a bastard when it comes to Nintendo Direct, and they always tell us like 24 hours before.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura, the connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the rock room. There's only one way to explain it. No, it's not Duck's Dragon!
Here's my answer.
Yep.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
Yep. She killed herself. Rest in peace to that girl. Life is Strange 2 is coming into the Switch, by the way, February 2nd.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Byakuya created the locked room in secret.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
What a bitch!
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I'm having trouble finding the English voice actors came first, but I'm gonna hazard a guess that they were done simultaneously as the anime and the game came out just a year apart. Interesting. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was found. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
And the fact that Bryce voiced in both meant that he was probably switching between studios. Possibly, yeah.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Whoa, Ogre! Oh, looks like she's dead, huh?
Sakura's been killed, I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Closing argument. Right. Sakura wants to talk to Hirotoko and one other person. Imagine. How would you feel if you got a note from this girl after finding out that she was a spy? I would be like, fuck that. Like I got to the rec room early and hid somewhere. Yep, this one's all fine. What was in the Monokuma bottle that Hiro hits Sakura with? Oh, it's there. I was gonna say, that one. And then I'm just checking things. What did Hiro do to try to cover up the murder he thought he'd committed? I think he touched her blood. That's gross. At that point, Tucker who was in the locker. She got out. What did she do with the magazine that had the dying message written on it? She put it upside down. What was in the Monokuma bottle that Genocide Jack hit Sakura with? Actually, we were having a discussion earlier, Paul. We were like, it's so odd how there were like, that there's 3 different versions of Genocide's name. You got Genocide Joe, Genocide Show, which is in the anime, Genocide Jack, and Genocide Jill, which is in the games. We were like, it's so odd. What actually killed Sakura came from the chem lab, right? Yep, that's all fine. There was something on the floor near Sakura's body when someone grabbed it. What was it that they switched with the bottle? Okay, I think I've got it. Let's check. Let's just have a quick check. Alright, so everyone got the note. Toko hid in the locker, and then Hiro came in, which then he smashed. He was scared, so he smashed his head, and we saw the knight came out, and to frame someone else because he was scared, wrote Toko's name. Then Toko came out of the room, and she switched the magazine upside down. She saw Sakura and fainted because of the blood, and then Genocide Jill came out, and smacked her on the head with the queen bottle. Then she hit all that shit. Sakura came out and drank the poison. And then this is when everyone else came and was like, oh my god. And then Hina grabbed the poison, ran off, and then switched it with the protein. I think I've got it.
What happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
One moment. From what I've heard, they call genocide. They changed genocider Show's name in English because Show is a common male name in Japanese. The English audience wouldn't pick up on that. Yeah, we haven't picked up on it that it's a male's name. Well, there you go. Genocider Show. I do like the idea, Genocider Show. I really like it. I think that's how she called herself that. She called herself that in the show, which I was like, ooh, interesting. But yeah, I normally call her Genocide Jack. The manga scenes in this first game were really annoying. Good they kept improving as the series progressed. Oh yeah, they did look a bit off and kind of like roughly sketched. Maybe this wasn't the plan, and maybe at the end of the game they were like, oh, let's change it and just make manga scenes. So that's why it looks so rough. Who knows? I'm gonna put this on auto now so we can just watch. Stretch my hand a bit.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else.
How did the manga look like that? I need to see. There was no manga. We're saying that this bit is like manga style. Okay, so this one's not right. I thought it was that. So she didn't hide? I'm missing something. Hold on, guys. Oh, it was this one! Hang on, never mind. Wrong locker. Silly Peggle. That's the first time I've done that, so it's this one goes over here. I was like, what? Never mind, it was this one. And then that I don't no, that's fine. That's totally acceptable. That's totally acceptable. Totally get that because it's the same thing, so it was very similar. I blame Toko. She's a nervous little biatch.
Here's exactly what happened.
Right. So this is how it went.
But one of them headed out a bit.
There we go. That's better.
She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
I've also heard that a lot of the people were angry at Danganronpa for not showing respect for trans people. A lot of people hated that the Chihiro arc and Kaito was to be continued. Yeah, I get what you mean with Kaito. People were mad at Chihiro. I thought people would be praising it. Actually using transphobic slang in the Japanese version of Killing Harmony. Oh yeah, Kaito was using, yeah. Then again, if you're offended by Danganronpa while even playing, it's not meant to be taken seriously. I thought the way that Chihiro, they did Chihiro's arc was actually quite nice, and yes, Kaito was using transphobic slangs in the Japanese, I think you have told me that. They changed it though in the English, I believe, which is good. Since the Danganronpa 1, you can never tell which one is which. That one, Danganronpa 2, and above they added detail to the image. Yeah, screw you guys! You mixed me up!
She found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
As a certified straight person, I loved Chihiro's arc, but I think most folks would say my opinion doesn't count. I thought it was good. I don't know, maybe we should ask people like that. Like, what's your opinion? I know a lot of people actually don't like Chihiro. People said that Chihiro's is too nice.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it.
God, don't ship Kaito and Chihiro. That's just
Thinking he
weird.
killed her, he
There's a
hastily
way better
began
ship.
Covering up his crime.
Don't ship anyone in this game.
He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura.
Honestly, I only ship three couples. And in the first game, it's Makoto and Kyoko. I know it seems a bit weird, but I just liked the relationship they had that progressed in the game. In the second game, I ship Gundam and Sonya. And then in the third game, I ship Kaito and... I forgot her name. What's her name? What's her name? Forgot her name. Paul, you might remember who I'm talking about. The girl in red. She wore red. She was known as the ultimate babysitter. Forgot her name. It's gone for some reason. Japanese Kaito would have very harsh words to say to you, Jabo. Chihiro arc is in this game, the second trial, and Kaito is Danganronpa 3. We're not talking about both of them together. We're talking about how Chihiro, people didn't like Chihiro's arc because Chihiro is a dude in a girl's outfit, and Kaito was very transphobic in the Japanese version. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about them together. Anyway.
To that end, he wrote down a name. Toka. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. And she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence.
Crossdresser is what Chihiro is, but I like his character. Sad story, also very fragile person. We need more fragile people in Danganronpa. That's why a lot of people don't like Chihiro, actually, Jevil, because he is a fragile person. I've heard a lot of people's opinions on Chihiro, and they just don't like fragile. They don't like the fragile personality. A lot of people have said it. I know Chase is one of them. Chase has said that they don't like Chihiro because of his fragile personality. Finds it boring.
She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture.
I was gonna say, I was thinking about this actually, because remember she killed herself, but she also wanted to meet up with 3 people. Those 3 people specifically. I was thinking, was it possible that she just decided to do the locker room so no one could come in? I thought she was inviting those 3 people so that she could kill herself in front of them. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I thought she invited those 3 people so that she could kill herself in front of them, being like I'm gonna end it, pretty much. So, I don't know.
And there, she took her final breath.
Rest in peace, girl.
Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves. In an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
I do feel bad for Hina. Poor girl.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated.
Picking on this right.
That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Oh, Bianca. It's over. Yeah, I didn't do the best at these. I got an A still, but that was probably the worst one.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote.
With all the A's and B's, I wonder if the game is saying that you have abs, Peggle.
So,
Oh, please.
Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
That face. Alright, I have to do the voices again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire
Okay, we're done here.
What
So-
did you say?
That's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
Is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted.
What?
I mean, the reason Sakura died is because of all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
For serious? That's...
This.
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this.
Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
That's... I found on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note.
Suicide note?
Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran after her and said, Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine.
I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me. But because of me,
I can't forgive this!
my closest friend got hurt.
Sakura.
Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility.
Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is?
Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
Friends.
They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood she was a friend of all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable.
That was just a misunderstanding.
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd push her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina, you came.
Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina,
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Favor?
Some protein.
I'd like some protein. Could I ask you to?
Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. Power. That's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please.
Let me in, please! Open the door!
Why?
Why? Why? Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. I didn't even realize it. Hina, we killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live.
And that's why you tried to lead us astray? You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial?
Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? After everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? your own opinion on what her suicide note meant. Of course I know what she was thinking, because part of me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
indeed.
Don't you think the entire Foundation is shaky? What if it was really... like this?
What the heck?
Killing Harmony definitely makes this scene something else. Yeah, now reading back on this after playing Killing Harmony, I'm just like, wow. What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note.
What? But Hina already...
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room. What? Then you lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You are the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, okay? And scene. Cut!
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. But you know, haven't you been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place? So funny. In truth, when the team made Trigger Happy Havoc, they didn't originally intend to make any sequels. Killing Harmony retroactively changed things. Yep.
But hold on.
This isn't just so unfortunate. Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Give me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Geez, talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go. Ahem.
Alright, I'm just gonna read it in my normal voice. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
Oh, I think she says it herself. Look how she writes, so cute. Okay, never mind then. It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
The mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
Let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. Because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
What the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would have moved forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind, and more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision.
Wow, Peggle, you have quite the range in your voice. Oh, thank you so much.
I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
This is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
What is that behind her, all those things? But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with me just accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me.
This was beautiful, just saying.
Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get the situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit
But I've
murder.
decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my
If it
life.
could save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning.
How the fuck did she manage to write this on one piece of paper? Betrayal was killing Harmony.
Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life. I'd love to know her backstory. And Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us. She wanted to stop us from fighting to protect us. She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I've chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then
I
they'll
never
see.
saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
It's beautiful.
But
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. Huh? First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred. I don't blame her. I can't blame her. Nobody can blame Hina either.
What?
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. Anyway, you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other.
He's absolutely right about that.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear of this game.
Don't make me repeat
There's no
myself.
point participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What's going on here?
Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
All clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does that mean... Don't misunderstand. I have been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, when every master goes, I go. The mastermind turns out to be a guy maybe I can catch on fire.
Everyone.
hey,
Well, now you say that Sakura's death had no meaning?
How How boring. But nothing good can come out of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
Heck?
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about the good-for-nothing backstabber and get on track. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The punishment time. What? But Sakura's technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me? Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bare ×1 rule. But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
My jaw dropped when I saw this. When I first saw this, my jaw dropped. I was like, no way, he figured it out. More so, he knew. Which I feel like maybe, was it possible, Sakura probably told him, but I can't remember how he found out. I feel like Sakura told this music though. This music's so creepy. Here we go! This bit, I didn't like, but the music at the start is very creepy. Yeah, I remember this. My jaw dropped. I was like, ah, shit. Ah, that music. Just gonna let you handle that one, Brian. Your glasses fell. You suck, man! You turned him into a mango hunk of junk!
That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at.
I realize how dangerous it could be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. And for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy, boiling over. It babbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball?
Paul, why do I feel like that's a quote you would say? Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend, and you killed him.
Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, I got it in my way. It got in my way. It was trying to find things all sneaky.
So you finally noticed him.
Finally? No. I knew it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly what it was gonna play out from the start.
What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Maybe more like a reward in honor of you being unable to unlock something so difficult. Oh, I want Akuma beating me to a being friends with a video game creator line.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to it, but sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. I feel like he had a camera in here, but we just couldn't see it. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. Makes you remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday, you will pay for this.
Holy moly, you're like super mad, like just unreasonably upset. Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read and postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left on Sakura's note. Huh? Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the deluxe tones of yours truly. And to think that Chihira's voice actress went on to voice Sugumi of all people. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Whoopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word, and we would have been heap deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. Makes your brain rumble, tumble, huh? Makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hurting your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd never let any of you greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this? What's it now? There's one last line in the note. Let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. That's seriously it. Huh, wow, what a sudden loser, huh? She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well, whatever, who cares what some dead musclehead has to say? Okay, I'm out of here. You guys try to get some rest, you know. And maybe take some time to consider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the threats of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's class trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body? What? Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying? Mastermind. What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plan a bomb on us or something? And if we try to leave the school, the sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo.
So the class trial is over and Monokuma's
What?
gone. Now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than head back up?
Um.
Oh yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But he must still feel responsible. Wait a minute, that was a 999 reference. What line? Dial back that ego a bit, girl. That kind of mystery someone like you could pose absolutely no
Not
threat.
possible.
I would never have lost that kind of challenge. You're talking about Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out. Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone to apologize to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, see what you mean. Then, I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No.
I cannot stop the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Planting bombs in the stomach with a timer that sets to go off if they break the rules. Ah, 999 reference. See, you're learning new stuff all the time, Paul. Sneezeball like him. Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball, because you are sleazeball. Apparently you still have a death wish. More biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
No.
Stop fighting with Master, you're making me jealous. I want the abuse give and take me. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms. Before long, night snuck up on us.
This is a school announcement. It's as such. Soon the doors to the... Okay then.
We already know this bit so many times. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down to sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Wah. Key. Up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into a hazy half consciousness. My eyelids were lead.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
True.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door! It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious? Always. You don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it? 3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me at this hour? It still says chapter 4, so I'll just go until the chapter's over. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember when Sakura said at the end of her note, I'm not going to lay down and die, I will fight you? I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? I thought it was locked. You wake me up at 3 a.m. and you'll see my Sakura side. Hey, Dragon, what am I like if you wake me up? Yeah, I normally just whine and then go back to sleep. Made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. It's because I fought fast. Oh wait, I have no other side. Ha! Eventually I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird, she said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand on the door with a certain amount of force. It didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Woo! What are you doing up, mister? Ah! Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, you're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that you don't waste my time telling me crap. I can see for myself. Look like you might break in any second, so I thought I'd just give you a friendly reminder. Are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know? Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko! Now you two. Whatever, the two of you just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto. Let's head back. What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah, go! Go on, get out of here! Shoot, shoot! So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Hold on! Listen, what was that all about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing? What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversations like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Dun dun dun! Yes, question mark. There is a possible 16th student? Dun dun dun. Oh, awesome. I love it. I'll take it home and put it on my shelf.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yeah, Soz girl. That's it for me. what? But I thought Peggle was a 16th student because she's young enough to be in the school. You're hilarious. Oh, yes. Murukuro? I think that's how you pronounce it. A 16th student? What? I guess we'll find out next time. Right. That is going to be it for me today. Went a little longer than I expected, but I did take a bit longer to do the class trials because someone kept distracting me.
Oh yeah, look what I found.
What? Oh my god. So yeah, finally done with number 4, class chapter 4. So there are 2 chapters left. So maybe in like 4 streams, maybe, because you know I like to split the chapters up in 2 parts. So maybe 4 more streams, maybe 4.5. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. So next time we will start off chapter 5. And figure out what's going on with this 16th student. So yeah, Monday we will be back on Twitch, and I think we're doing Splatoon. I think I'm doing some more stuff with my Splatoon team. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure yet. I just need to double check that with my team to see if we are doing Splatoon. If not, we'll be doing Pokemon Scarlet again. So I don't know which one we'll be doing. I'll probably just have to double check. If it's Splatoon, I'll keep the schedule the same. If it's Pokemon, I'll change the schedule and probably say something in the general chat. Who knows? But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna end it here. Just thinking. No. Okay. So yeah, I will see you guys back on Twitch when we do either Splatoon or Pokemon. Pokemon or being antisocial, what I do to deserve this. So yeah. I'll see you guys on Monday. Catches.